How you going all? We're here again, about to start one of my next projects. I think this one will be a nice simple one, just building a workshop air compressor for my granddad. Starting off we've got a 2.2 kilowatt 240 volt motor, 2 poles and twin cylinder air compressor pump. Should be about 12-14 CFM when it's all put together, geared down correctly. Just going to run a couple of air tanks on that one. I think he wants to link a couple together of ones he's got. So it'll be a little bit of an interesting one, bit of fabrication, bit of machining, just simple build, bit of wiring, plumbing. Should be good. I'll keep you up to date and see how this all goes. Alright, we've made our frame, nothing special, just some angle line, use some 50x50 and some 40x40, just because I wanted the 50x50 to get enough space framing, because the bolt holes on the motor are a lot narrower than the bolt holes on the compressor. So what I'm trying to do is use the 50mm wide to my advantage. Have one set of holes that are in close to the centre for the motor because it's a bit closer, and the compressor will still have enough room to do holes out wide. So yeah, just basic. We'll just weld it back up. Might drill and do some slots first so that we can adjust the belt later. And righto. You just seen us cut out the slots for the motor mounts. What I needed to do, pretty simple process, is we took our measurements, which are 125 centre to centre and 140 centre to centre that way, transferred them onto our metal right here. So that was where I started point, 20mm in. I measured out, it was 125 between the two. 140 was the width the other way. We cut a slot 40mm longer. That'll allow us to adjust our belts later. Now all I've got to do is locate where the compressor bolts have to go to line up the belts, and machine a pulley, whack it on the end of this bag wheel, and we should be good to go. Workshop gets a bit messy, you might notice, but we'll get there. I'll do a few more time lapses just because it's basic boring stuff. If you have any questions about how I did stuff, just whack them in the comments. We'll get to it as soon as I can, and yeah, we'll just keep going. And there you have it. The compressor unit on its frame, bolted down just loosely at the moment, but you can see how much movement we've got to tighten our belt once we put our fucking pulley on this shaft, which I have over here. I've got to take it to the other shop and machine out the hole yet, but once he goes on there, line her up, find a belt that fits, tension it, and we're good to go. That'll all be done hopefully today. We'll work towards that. I've got a few bits and pieces to do, and unfortunately I won't be able to video over where my lathe is, but I will show you what I did when I bring it back, and we'll keep on moving from there. I've cleaned up one of the tanks, you see it out there, taken all the unnecessary of it. As I said, he wanted to combine a couple on a little trolley, so we'll go through that slowly. Promise I'll get better and better at this video thing. It's a little bit hard by myself, but unfortunately that's all I've got. There is other projects in the wings. I have a lot of stainless steel sitting on my bench. I've got to build a dive compressor housing or framework for someone. A big heap of stainless tube here, all polished and pretty. That'll be a lot of TIG welding, maybe some coping. I've got a pipe notcher, so we'll go through that. Hopefully, included in all this stuff is like your weld on bungs, half BSP, there's some 3/8 and some little quarters, all 316 marine stainless steel. So that's the upcoming project. We'll get to that one and I'll again try and video it. I did make a start on the headers for my race car. That'll be coming up in another video. I'll give you a quick. That one's gonna be a fun one. A lot of welding, a lot of figuring it out. It's not gonna be the easiest one in the world, but we'll continue with it. And anyway, back onto this build. All right. We're back on to trying to mount these tanks. You just see me clean the blue one up. What these actually are is that tank plus that tank on this old trolley frame with that bad boy over there mounted on the front of it. So what we're going to try and figure out now is exactly how to mount these two tanks together on this frame. Now the big tank there, small tank behind it, somehow, and then the compressor itself will sit at the front here, all hunky-dory like. So that is the next mission. I might get it all up on the bench here, set you the time lapse again, and I'll see if I can figure this out. Good fun. And there's Max, me dog. Say hi, Max. Unfortunately, I had a video failure and I didn't catch much of putting it together. I got a bit of a time lapse of me and my granddad working on it, but not a full video of how we did it. So I'll show you around it now and try and point it out. Hey, Kaylee. So basically, we got it all mounted on, got it all welded in. It's just an old workshop compressor. There's nothing overly special to this one. You can see the big slots that we cut from before. Again, she's just welded in. Tank's got welds wherever we could sort of get them. They won't move. Cut a bit of a piece out in here so that we can get to the drains on the bottom of the tanks. Done the wiring. Put all the switch together. Got to hook up this one all the way down to the compressor. It's with a bit of copper pipe which is sitting on the bench over there. Come back, I machined out the pulley. See, she fits nice and snug on there. It's got the grub screw to hold her on. I've also had to rewire inside the box because this is a reversible two-pole motor and it was spinning the wrong way. So I've redone the bridges in there, it spins the right way now. Just need to put it back on there, wire it back into the switch box, put that lid back on, and hopefully I've got the right belt sitting there. We can fire this up and see. That's the plan anyway. I'll put you back on a time lapse and we'll see if we can whack this thing together. Well, that was a video on how I built the compressor for my granddad. Unfortunately, I lost my last bit of footage for the build, so we don't quite get to see it all finished and running. I hope you enjoyed it anyway. I will attempt to go over to my granddad's and get a bit of a video of it. Later on I'll post it. Maybe if we change a few things, I can update you on that one. But other than that, it's running fine. Yeah, if you like the video, if you hit the subscribe button, it'll help me a lot, and I promise I'll either get someone else to hold the camera or I'll get better at it. Thanks for your time. Take it easy.